What happens to us after we die? After death, we return to a much more developed world, in which we humans have passed and completed our natural evolution. We are going back to the future where we humans have evolved into huge brains, and then they teleport their consciousness to a living being on Earth or on another planet. Let's call this theory homecoming. What do you think about it? Because dying concerns every living creature that has a brain, as well as all other creatures belonging to the so-called animate nature. Why then only we humans should have the right to life after death? So maybe after we die, we go back to where we've always been. It could be a different dimension or a different planet. This is a civilization that is more developed and is many thousands of years ahead of us. We are returning to a planet where technological development is so high that man has already invented everything and stopped enjoying film, theater, or traveling. So he came up with something that gives him real pleasure: life as a human being. His evolution went so far forward that he can only had his brain left, for the body had become redundant. As we know, the brain is the center of our desires. We move our hands to fulfill the will of the brain. We speak to fulfill the need for communication that also comes from the brain. We experience various pleasures just to keep our brain happy. So a person who goes through the next stages of evolution will remain just a brain nourished by a technology. The body will be redundant. Of course, his brain will receive stimulants to experience all kinds of pleasures. But as you know, what is natural tastes best. So in order to feel real life, the brain will need an emotion that can only be felt in the body of a mortal being. The human brain in the future will have to move to a living being to experience real life. That's why it will be sent to a selected planet, to a selected era, to feel real emotions. And that's where we came from, to feel joys and sorrows, and then back to the distant universe, where we'll remember and enjoy all these stories. Perhaps this is how you learn new skills, just like in a computer game. After death, we go back to the waiting room, from which we analyze the lives we have lived on different planets. And when we need more stimuli, we are born again, as a human, mouse, or cockroach. The fun is that when we live here on Earth, we don't know all of this. Otherwise, this journey wouldn't make sense. Perhaps we are not even able to choose who will be on Earth, and this would explain the death of newborns, whose life and suffering make no sense. Right now, people want to colonize other planets. We are already sending satellites and robots to Mars. No wonder that in 100,000 years we will be sending living creatures, which will first program to feel emotions for us. It's like sending an electronic ant to an anthill, because when it dies, you can read what it felt, what it was doing. What do you think about this theory?